Today I'll be telling you a tale of the best players in One Piece Treasure Cruise history. This is the story of the members of Assault Force, number 1 alliance in One Piece Treasure Cruise. Today I'll be discussing 12 of the members, being Rizzy, Hachi, Ginsan, Waldo, Toniwa, Zero, Mage, Hamza, Zuccher, and finally, that's all. So, let's get straight into it. Today I'll be giving 4 compliments for each of them because I have lost a bet, unfortunately. No, it's not because I lost a bet. It's because I just highly respect these players so much to the point where I need to voice it in a video. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this Assault Force presentation. Get strapped in, get ready to learn about these amazing people, and let's jump straight into it. I forgot to mention Mikey and also Bundes, Noob, and also Notorious. So there's 12 people in total that we will be giving compliments today. We'll be discussing these fantastic individuals. I memorized this off by heart also, so yeah, I'm definitely not reading from a script. Yeah, so let's get straight into it. Starting off with Zero. Now this guy is one that has been there since day one. Zero's a day one. Back when I joined my very first alliance, being CP10, prior to joining Assault Force, Zero was one of the first members to join. Since the start of OPTC's alliance feature, he's always been a thrill to work with. He also has a very chill personality. Zero's a man of few words, but he always delivers, never talking shit on the Discord alliance server. He's also very supportive. I mean, since the start of my channel, he's basically been one of my first supporters ever on this entire YT YouTube journey. So thank you for being there since day one, not only in a One Piece Treasure Cruise for the Alliance feature, but also on the YouTube channel. And also, he's there when needed most. Although he's not exactly a top grinder, might I say, he's still a remarkable player and is there for the Alliance when they need him most. For the little time he has for the game, he gets what he needs to done. So that's what I have to say about Zero. Just overall an amazing guy with a chill personality, very supportive, and is still very good in OPTC events. Just needs to up a bit in the participation category, but still there when he needed most, and he does deliver certainly. So that's going to be my compliments for Zero. So let's get into the next one, which is Rizzy. So let's get straight into Rizzy, and there's a lot I have to say about this guy. He's I don't exactly agree with him the most, but his merit is undeniable, and I have a lot to say about him. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so although I often criticize Rizzy, his merit is undeniable, as I said prior, and also he consistently earns top 10 in most OPTC events, and he finally usurped first place in the treasure map of October 22 after training against the upper echelon of One Piece Treasure Cruise players. So that's crazy. He actually has earned a rank 1 in treasure map for New World, which is bonkers. This is the first time I'm using that word, and I probably won't ever use it again. But anyways, Rise is also tenacious. Not only did he fight for months in top 10 of treasure map, but he also at some points almost giving up, but still prevailing in the end. His indomitable spirit is undoubtedly what heralds his success. And also, he soon will be bounty in number 1 in the rankings for global, which is a huge accolade. And if you don't know, bounty is probably the most impressive number 1 to get in the game, because it means you have to play consistently in every single event in One Piece Treasure Cruise and getting extremely high rankings all the time to keep up with all the other players in the top rankings. So getting very close to bounty number 1 is a very great achievement. Even not being there, just being in the top 10 or even the top 100, he's in the top 5, so he's very impressive for that. His and it's very deserved since his devotion is second to none. Rizzy both takes shit and doesn't at the same time. So, over the course of his career in Assault Force, Rizzy has always been the jester of the Alliance. As mates jokingly poke fun at him, he's able to have a good laugh. However, he does not take insults from noobs such as myself lightly. He has boundaries which I respect highly. And the final point I have about Rizzy, which is a bit random, but either way I need to mention it because this demands respect. And what I mean is, Rizzy has a girlfriend. As someone of his devotion to a gacha like One Piece Treasure Cruise, this was a shock for me to discover. However, it only strengthens my already great hidden respect for him. So that's what I have to say about Rizzy. A very great grinder. He has boundaries. He's a man. I respect all that. He's gonna be bounty number 1 soon because his devotion to the game is insane. And lastly, he has a girlfriend, which is very interesting. So yeah, take that, haters. Next up, we have Zuccher. So let's get straight into it. Zuccher is a guy that I haven't known for a long time, but he's an amazing individual. So Zuccher is a seasoned veteran, clocking at over 3,000 login days, which we didn't know that means he's been playing OBTC actively for over 8 years. That dedication is crazy. And being in Global's top alliance, his experience makes him a highly respected player. He's a team player as well. In alliance events such as the recent Super Boss Kizuna, he's always helping other members and playing a significant role in the alliance's victory, whether that be in the first branch or the second branch of the Assault Force Alliance. He's also a very approachable individual. I've never experienced him say a bad word towards an alliance member, or anyone at all, and making him easy to approach and work with. He even was active on Twitch once upon a time, but due to his real life commitments, he can unfortunately no longer entertain us. I hope he'll soon return to streaming. And finally, his icon and favorite One Piece character is Whitebeard. Now, although this might seem irrelevant, it's not to my surprise that he utilizes the most legendary character in One Piece as his profile picture, an accurate reflection of himself, an absolute Chad. Next up, we have Gin-sama, which is the most impressive individual in the OPTC community. Just overall, I have so many things to say about this guy, so let's get straight into it. The leader of Assault Force, the Grand Supreme Leader. Let's get into what I have to say about Gin. Okay, so Gin is a skilled all-rounder in One Piece Treasure Cruise events with a very high bounty. He was the #1 player in the bounty ranking upon its introduction as a feature in One Piece Treasure Cruise. His OPTC prowess makes him eligible to criticize other players because of how amazing he is at the game itself. His extensive knowledge of the game's mechanics is second to none. Next up, we have his natural affinity for team building and is the Grand Supreme Leader of Rank 1 Alliance on Global Assault Force. So being the mastermind behind the Ranking 1 Alliance is nothing to scoff at. That's an amazing accolade that he does have. Next up, we have his ability to being a talented software engineer with strong problem-solving skills, and in retrospect, he basically excels in basically every single aspect of life. This includes his undeniable ability to attract all of the bitches, so I highly respect him for that, like, mind blown. Finally, Gin is a natural leader with great charisma, empathy, patience, and teaching ability, making him essential to the success of Ranking 1 Alliance Assault Force. So you can tell I'm a bit nervous here because I'm kind of being held at gunpoint. Anyways, next up we have Hachi, which is a very, I think he's actually the most impressive player in OPTC when it comes to accolades in the game itself. So let's talk about him. Okay, next up we have Hachi. So Hachi, some would consider Uncle Hao to be the pinnacle of OPTC hood. Being the first player on both of the servers, being the Korean English version and also the Japan version across both servers of the game. He's the first player to ever obtain not one, not two, but 5 rank 1s in his time playing One Piece Treasure Cruise. He won Treasure Map in December 2021. He won Blitz Battle in March of 2022. He won Pirate Rumble in April of 2022. He also got Bounty number 1 in December 2022. And finally, recently in the most recent Super Boss Kizuna, he obtained Kizuna Personal in July 2023. So he excels in every single game mode, achieving number 1, and he is also the ranking 1 player in for Bounty, so that's extremely impressive. He is retired. A lot of players in this that I am talking about are retired, being Mikey, Gin, and also Hachi. So none of them are going to be going too crazy in events from now on. Although I really don't know about Hachi, because even though he's been saying he's retired for a while now, he's still got that Kizuna Personal first place in the recent Super Boss. So I don't know if this man's chill is just getting number 1 spots, but it's crazy. Also, how is a gentle giant? I mean someone who shows great compassion for his alliance mates while still being a hardened veteran. And he's basically the Batman to Gin's Joker. And yeah, Gin is a very interesting character, and How is a bit more kind. Gin is still extremely kind, but How is a very wholesome person in general. And he's a bunch of fun to talk with, talk shit with even, just random stuff on the Alliance Discord. Similarly to Gin, his endless knowledge of the game's mechanics allow him to constructively criticize other players such as myself and even Rizzy, who is a seasoned veteran. And his extensive knowledge allows him to send a reverberation of melee. And he's, oh my bad, I messed up. But anyways, he basically sparks growth within a bunch of other players in Assault Force, which I highly respect. Not only in Assault Force, but basically throughout the community, which is amazing. And his calm demeanor, especially in team events, is pivotal for AF's success. Never have I witnessed him losing his temper, neither in his quests for personal accolades, nor when grinding with and for the team. He's the total opposite of Rizzy in that regard. So that's what I have to say about Hachi. He's a very strong character, not only in One Piece Treasure Cruise, but also in as an individual. He's a very fun person to hang out with. He's very wise in OTC knowledge, so that's what I'd say about Hachi. He's a guy you should respect highly, because I definitely do. Next up, we have Notorious. So Notorious, this one is for you. I know you don't like me at the moment, because I did kind of pussy out on a bet that I made with you, and I will talk about that momentarily before I get with the compliments. So let's get straight into that. Okay, so you know this is kind of a bet that I lost, so I had to make this video. Well, as I said before, but I'm just doing it out of the kindness of my own heart. But no, on a serious note, I did make a bet with Notorious, and the bet was that if I lost and I didn't get 450 nav levels on the recent treasure map, I'd have to shave off my fringe. Now, I did shorten it, and I did get a haircut that you can see the difference, but it wasn't enough, so he kind of blocked me on Discord. So yeah, I'm sorry, but there's still a lot I have to say about him, because he's a very respectable person, and even though he's mad at me, he's still a very interesting individual to hang out with. So this is my compliments for Notorious. So Notorious is a big man with big responsibilities. Outside of One Piece Treasure Cruise, he's a wealthy businessman and a soon-to-be newlywed, so congratulations. And that's quite impressive. He's a very responsible person in real life, which is shown by his success. And when he's not making bank, Notorious is timelessly fighting to earn his spot in the #1 OTC Alliance of Assault Force. So he's always playing in the first branch of the Alliance, which is really good, and just shows his consistency in being a top player. And also, Um, it's completely okay, never mind. So I kind of mentioned this before, but Inti is a big man of values and discipline. Although I'm not happy with his recent blocking me on Discord, as I said before, for being a wuss, it's completely understandable and shows that he never goes back on his word and understands the principle of a bet between men. His owning a business is a testament to those qualities I've mentioned prior. He's strict, although I've only mentioned this in the previous point. His ability to be loyal to the bet makes him a perfect teacher of principles and discipline. For allowing me to not only bloom. Oh, wait, no, my bad. This unbreakable discipline is perfect for allowing me to not only bloom or more accurately grow the seed of respect for him, but also learn how to be a stronger person in the future. So, Notorious, you're a very strong person, and I respect you for your accolades and also how disciplined you are in your real life to achieve such amazing things. I hope to do something similar in the future. I personally want to start a business myself, so I really respect what you're doing in real life and also in Wambi's Treasure Cruise, and of course you as an individual. Next up, we have Noob, which is someone I haven't really played with a lot, since he is a very top grinder above my level. But there's still a lot to say about this guy because he is a beast. So, Noob. Okay, so I actually have quite a bit to say about Noob. He's a very, very, very respectable player, and Noob is a grinding beast. Contrary to his name of a noob, he's a top grinder who's consistently achieved top 10 in all game modes, namely Treasure Map, Blitz, Kizuna, and PvP, making him arguably the second strongest grinder within AF, and definitely the most consistent one. Noob's friendly and funny personality make him a blast to be around. When you don't expect it, his funny jokes catch you off guard, and he's one of the calm voices within AF, similarly to Zero, as I mentioned at the start, and he's always helping the team to make good and right calls appropriate to the situation. So, a very smart man. And to reduce Noob to his grinding capabilities wouldn't do him justice. That man is a force to be reckoned with when it comes to grinding. But his biggest asset is his mind. As I said before, a very smart man, coming up with flawless teams, whether it be PvP teams for having a good win rate with, fast teams for treasure map, or high Kizune damage teams. He produces them all in a frightening high rate and consistency, making him one of the biggest powerhouse and assets in Assault Force. Upon his arrival, Noob has produced stellar performance one after another. Even when drunk, that man still achieves top 50 as if it was nothing. He will soon be number 1 in Bounty. You heard it her first. And that's very interesting. Is there going to be a fight between Rizzy, Hachi, and also Noob? 3 powerhouses of Assault Force in the Bounty rankings. So just keep a lookout on the Bounty rankings, see how that turns out. Very interesting to see which one of these powerhouses will come out on top. So that's what I have to say about Noob. He's a very, very strong individual. His enigmatic persona is very interesting. He doesn't talk shit, and he's a very valuable person, in which not only in his abilities in OBTC, but also a very fun person to hang out with. So that's Noob. Let's get into the next person, which is Mikey-san, as he wants me to call him. I don't really know about the son part, but okay. So Mikey, after Hamza, Mikey is likely the most hilarious in Assault Force. So the jokes he tells vary in tone, but always prompt laughter in the Alliance Discord. Mikey-san is the undisputed king of emotes in the AF Discord. So he has the best emojis that always suit the situation or just make someone else laugh. Whether he's dropping a casual no one cares emote or just dropping on one of the many gems in his collection, it's always comedy gold. He's a man of tenacity as well. Determined to get what he deserves, he constantly reminded me to get my failed bet haircut from my notorious bet in the Alliance Discord. His persistency His persistency and consistency make it clear that he cares about honoring a man's word, and I have everlasting respect for him for that. Magi-san's no pushover when it comes to grinding either. Although he is now unfortunately retired, back when he played, he was an absolute beast when playing in Assault Force. He will be missed and hopefully will return one day. Next up we have Mage. So Mage is very similar to Mikey, and he's a very respectable player. So let's get into what I have to say about him. Okay, so Mage is a casual monster, so to speak. Although he seems liberal a majority of the time on the Alliance Discord, he shows immense grinding prowess and is intense during bet negotiations. Mage is empathetic. Empathy is an essential characteristic of a true man. Speaking from personal experience, when I lost a bet against him, he didn't push boundaries and showed respect when I fulfilled my side of the deal. He is also a PvP king. Mage may do well in basically all game modes, but what stands out is his knack for Pirate Rumble. Within seconds of Grand Party resetting, he's flocked by people wanting to gain a mere ounce of his team building knowledge in this game mode. His understanding of the game mode is a great asset within Assault Force. Finally, Mage is mature with a balanced personality. He's the best of both worlds personality wise. He has a good sense of humor, is chill with boundaries, and can get down to grinding in Assault Force 1. So he's consistently playing in the first branch of Assault Force, which shows his great dedication to the game and also his amazing prowess in basically all game modes, especially Pirate Rumble. Second last here we have Hamza, and then finally I'll talk about 20 These two players are amazing. Okay, so Hamza's an irreplaceable asset in Assault Force's main branch. He consistently plays there, achieving great feats, even more impressive when considering his fairly recent debut into the Alliance. He's the funniest member of the Assault Force Alliance, hands down. Whether the conversation is related to OPTC or isn't, Hamza is always able to find the humor in any situation and lighten the mood. Hamza's a man of culture, and I won't elaborate, but that man has some crazy advice when it comes to dating. He's consistent in both his humor and OPTC performance. Hamza is always there to chat, play, and enhance the Alliance's atmosphere. You can never catch this man lacking in consistency. Finally, last but definitely not least, we have 20 I don't know how to pronounce it, but either way, he is a mix of everything great in Assault Force. So let's get to the final, and also someone I have a personal connection with in Assault Force. Okay, so 20 similar to Zero, which is the first candidate I spoke of in this video. Has been playing alongside me since humble beginnings in CP0. Being an active member both then and now, has been a great asset constantly and has always been a team player. 20 has endless potential. This guy has probably the most potential in the Alliance, just saying. And this is only the beginning, and I can see him doing great things in the future. He has shown his fangs and even played in the Alliance's main branch since his debut. Is a people's person. Not only did he recruit Hamza, the person I talked about just now, like the last person I talked about, one of the funniest members in Assault Force, actually the funniest, but also Hamza is also one of our AF grinders for the main branch consistently, so he brought in that great asset, and also being a great asset himself, this man has crazy value. He also showed great empathy that one time I performed poorly in Assault Force, and he's both supportive and a great asset. Finally, has my respect. In addition to the previously mentioned points, I have great respect for 20 due to how excellently he's taken care of OPTC Life's account. Life was one of the best OPTC players, and taking care of this relic as well as he has is truly noble. So he's taking really good care of this account, and he continues Life's legacy proudly. So this is Skizzer / Waldo. He used to have a lot of Kizuna potions. He still does, but he used to too. He has 69 duplicate copies of Sabo and Koala in addition to his already level limit break 5 limit break expanded 150 copy. I acknowledge Waldo as my One Piece Treasure Crew's tribal chief. He also says everyone needs to watch Ferran Beyond Journey's End when it comes out this year. So let's go and enjoy his OST that he requested me to play. So that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Nagging me. So that's gonna be it for the video. And if you have any questions about the Assault Force members, this has just been a quick introductory video on these Alliance members. So that's all you need to know. These guys are crazy. This wasn't every single member, but it was most of them, and these guys are beasts. So Assault Force, watch out for them. They've already achieved like countless number ones, so amazing alliance. And that's gonna be it for the video. If you guys have any questions, make sure to ask them down below. If you actually sat through the entire video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. But with all that being said, peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.